Dawn Run still 2-1. Give and Forget 7-2. Combs Ditch 9-2. Run and Skip has come back to 8-1. Wayward Lad is on 9 still. Cybrandian and Earl's Brig are 20-1. Right Hand Man and Von Trapp 25-1. Observe 33-1. And Castle Andrea still that lonely 500-1.
Forgive and Forget, but just an interesting bit of news. I've heard that Dawn Run was adjudged to be the best turned out in the parade, and John Clark, who looks after her, will receive the sponsor's prize. But Forgive and Forget, they're in those familiar colours, the reigning champion, just going out between the sea of horses here. And Jimmy Fitzgerald, very, very confident. 7-2 at the moment. Mark Dwyer in the saddle, and no better man than Mark, a former decent or very good apprentice on the flat, and taken to jumps extremely well. Parade has started, and Castle Andrea just going out of the picture, then Combs Ditch, then comes Cybrandian. Just look at that wall of people, and they're miles behind the stands. Whether they'll ever see the race, I don't know. Then we have Earl's Brig, then the spots of Forgive and Forget, the reigning champion. Observe from Fred Winter's yard. Well, he had a winner on the first day, shows he's coming back to form. Right Hand Man after him, would like it a bit softer. Then Run and Skip, tiny little horse, Von Trapp, Wayward Lad and Dawn Run. But at the head of affairs, going out onto the course, and I would think this will be the only time that Castle Andrea leads this sort of field, because quite honestly at 500-1, and its form there, look, Puss, P is pulled up, U, Unseated Rider, slipped up. George Murray in the saddle, nice big sort, but not in this class. Combs Ditch, well, with those distinctive blinkers, trained by David Ellsworth, his latest price 9-2, and Colin Brown in the saddle. He always wears those blinkers, comes late on the scene. Cybrandian should be next, there he is, and a confirmed front runner, very bold jumping horse, can make the odd mistake, 20-1, Alan Brown in the saddle, Peter East to be the trainer. Earl's Brig from Scotland, owned and trained by Billy Hamilton, ridden by Phil Tuck, 20-1 at the moment, third in the race last year, and a lovely stocky little horse, this one. I love him. Don't put him out of it, but he'd like it softer. And the crowd on the lawns, because there's no room in the grandstands. I can tell you, you wouldn't get anyone up there, not in comfort anyway. So after Earl's Brig, it's Forgive and Forget, very relaxed. Mark Dwyer, 21 winners this season, and Jimmy Fitzgerald, his trainer, with 23 winners. 7-2, last year's winner, to take the title again. They're not so big, Observe, but a very big heart. Now, he's run quite well this season in a couple of runs. I wouldn't write him off, even though he was unplaced last time. Fred's horses weren't right then. Jimmy Duggan has the mount. Right Hand Man, who was second in the race last year, one of two runners for Mrs. Dickinson, ridden by Robert Earnshaw, and there he is. He definitely like it softer, and in fact they were considering not running him, but decided to let the horse take his chance. Then Run and Skip, tiny little horse behind him. He's an 8-1 shot, and Run and Skip is small, but he is game. Last time out, when he was third to Borough Hill Lad, he did the splits and then got up, and so you can ignore that. Steve Smith-Eccles, man who's leading the Ritz Club Trophy, he's in the saddle here. Huge crowds here for the third day running. As I say, looking across, that is the cheaper enclosure in the middle, but from where our camera is, the stands are packed. Von Trapp, whose lad you can see in a light yellow jacket, white trouser, the colours of the owner, 25-1 shot. Richard Dunwoody pulled up last time, and that was over hurdles, but you can ignore that. The horse was desperately in need of the race, and the ground was bad. After him, Wayward Lad, Mrs. Dickinson's second runner, and really coming back to form at the age of 11. Graham Bradley, 9-1 shot. And then, last but not least, the mare herself, Dawn Run, and John Joe O'Neill, just taking the sheet off there. As Tony Mullins has just told you, she's nearly 17 hands. That's very big. 2-1 favourite. And Paddy Mullins, the trainer. Princess Anne, who's already been into the winner's enclosure, standing there with David Nicholson, and their crowd. She rides out for David Nicholson quite regularly and has a horse there to ride in amateur races this year. But she was very quickly on the spot to congratulate the Duke after Solar Cloud won. Well, Dawn Run going down, her action as normal, quite a short, choppy action at this pace, but by golly, she can really go fast when she puts it on. The crowd are rising to the occasion and really cheering the mare as she goes down. So on the way down there, the mare herself, but earlier, Jonathan Powell was able to talk to Charmin Hill and her son, Oliver, and asked, how does Mrs. Hill feel now about the mare, now that the day has come?
Well, I would like her to have had another race under her belt. Unfortunately, the one in Punchestown was frozen off. She really has very little experience for this kind of thing. She has class, and with a bit of luck, you know, she could get round.
And what sort of shape is she in? Have you ridden her lately?
I was riding her last week, yes. Oh, grand. She's in great shape, and she's been very relaxed since she's been here. She isn't always. So that's grand, and eating up and all the rest of it.
And how are the Hill family coping with the nerves and all the pressure that's built up on you in the last few weeks?
They're all right, but I'm not sure whether I am or not.
Mrs. Hill, your son Oliver is here with us. He is also a part owner of Dawn Run. Oliver, how do you see the chance today?
Well, we're up against a very, very good field of horses, and luck comes into it in a big way. I think it'll be a very fast race, and I'd love to see her coming up the hill, but we don't know, do we?
Everybody on this side of the water, as well as in Ireland, is hoping that she can do it, because I think she is a great mare. What do you see as the biggest problem to her winning today?
I think inexperience. You know, she may make a mistake, but on the other end, and it's going to be a very fast run race, the going is very fast. Well, that's not really against her. She likes to do that, but she can take off so far away from the fence that you wonder how she does it and gets away with it. And she didn't get away with it the last time she was here, but I think I hope she's learned her lesson.
And the punters, I should think most of them have got their dough on by now. They wouldn't be hanging around, because getting a place to see the race is at a premium at the moment. As Mrs. Hill said, this is a very good field. There, in the checked colours there, the diamond colours, actually black and yellow with the blinkers, that's Coombs Ditch. Colin Brown is the rider of this one. And Jonathan asked him, well, he's twice disappointed here. Why should he do any better today?
He just seems in great form this year. He's won 3 of his last 4 races, just got beaten in the neck at Kempton, the King George. He seems in tremendous form. He won easily last time. Form stands out. You know, we're very confident.
How certain are you of his stamina?
I think last year, first thing I thought, I didn't think he quite saw it out, but the governor said that really after Ascot, he thought he just was a little bit jarred up, and he was bang there at the last. I think he'll see it out.
And is the oxygen standing by again today?
I believe so, yeah. We seem to have it on every time this year, and he's done well. He probably looks, you know, probably looking for it.
So it's third time lucky for you.
Yep, it is. Thank you.
Good hard-working jockey, Colin Brown, and really gives his horses a ride. You know, he gets stuck in and doesn't really get the recognition that is due to him, because he's ridden a lot of very decent winners indeed. So Colin Brown just talking to Phil Tuck there on Earlsbrig. Let's see if there's any move in the market.
And Coombs Ditch still on 9-2. Dawn Run 2-1. That's the favourite. Forgive and Forget 7-2. Coombs Ditch 9-2. Run and Skip and Wayward Lad are 8-1 together. Cybrandian and Earlsbrig 20-1. Right Hand Man and Von Trapp 25-1. Observer's gone to 40s, and Castle Andrea still 500-1.
So no last-minute weight of money on anything of note there at all. A couple of them just drifting, but I'm sure everyone's done their business long before now. Very exciting time for the jockeys, this. They've got their plan in their mind, but as you know, the best laid plans often go astray, and the fences are here to be jumped. Von Trapp there, sideways on, number 11. He has been a bit disappointing in his last 2 runs, but this is a classy horse, as he's shown. But he's basically very much a novice compared to many of the other horses in the race. But he has got some class, even though he hasn't shown it of late. 25-1 shot. He fell 2 runs ago, and that's why he ran over hurdles, to give him some confidence, let him skip round. And you can see just behind on the rails there, Princess Anne smiling away with David Nicholson, and it looks like Major Malcolm Wallace on the right there, the former chef de keep of the British three-day event team. Anyway, a true horsewoman herself, Princess Anne, really likes to get stuck in. And I do advise you, if you come racing, go down the track. That's where the action is. I can envisage a fast run race here with Cy Brandy and a confirmed front runner. There's number 7 standing still, Observe. He ran much better than I think the form figures indicate last time out at Haydock Park. Fred Winterstring was going down with a virus at that time. He's been shut off, but he's shown that the horses are back in form. And Jimmy Duggan will give this one a really good ride. He runs in the colours of REA Bott Wigmore Street Limited, and he's 50 to 1 from 40, so going out a whole 10 points there. Look, he's desperate to take the cash off anyone who hasn't bet yet. Wayward Lad in the background there with the claret jacket and the hoop sleeves. A very handsome horse, but he's come here numerous times and disappointed. He's an 8 to 1 shot, but this season he's better than ever. And the big thing in his favour is the fact that he likes decent ground. He may last this 3 1/4 miles on this good ground. And Graham Bradley, his jockey, is one of our very best. Given the chances, he'll be a champion jockey one day. But as you know, without a big stable to back you and a good second string, you can't get there. Of course, Graham shares the job at the Dickinsons with Robert Earnshaw. On the far side of him is Steve Smith-Eccles. He was riding Run and Skip, and this is a dour little horse. He'll certainly be up there right from the beginning, and they'll be bustling Dawn Run along. John Joe says he may not decide to go on, but I think he'll nearly have to. Earl's Brig with the sash, the dark colours, from Scotland, and Scottish trainers and permit holders have produced no end of top-class steeplechasers over the years. He's 25 to 1 from 20s, so it looks as if the bookies are desperate to get the last few quid off anyone standing around them. They're drifting everything at the moment. But the big punters will have done the business by now. There's the mare, Dawn Run, bidding for turf history. And what an exciting time for John Joe O'Neill now. They're coming under orders. Let's join Peter.
And they're told to make another line. John Joe O'Neill just a little bit impetuous there. She's the 2 to 1 favourite, 7 to 2 for Give and Forget, 9 to 2 Coombs Ditch, and 15 to 2 Bar with several appeals from the riders who can't get in. And they're away. 22 fences to be jumped this time. Run and Skip is the first to show from Dawn Run. Run and Skip from Dawn Run and Observe as they come to the first. Run and Skip and Dawn Run. Then Observe and Cybrandian. Behind them, Right Hand Man and Earl's Brig. And then Wayward Lad and Von Trapp, Forgive and Forget and Coombs Ditch. The back marker, Castle Andrea. As they jump the second, Dawn Run lands just fractionally in the lead from Run and Skip, little between the two. Then Cybrandian and Observe, and then Earl's Brig, and behind them Right Hand Man and Von Trapp and Wayward Lad, and then Forgive and Forget, Coombs Ditch, and finally Castle Andrea. Quite a run, long run now towards the third, with Dawn Run on the inside of Run and Skip. The mare taking the initiative just marginally as they run downhill now. Observe is in third, Cybrandian 4, 5 is Earl's Brig. Then come Right Hand Man, Von Trapp, and then Wayward Lad, Forgive and Forget, and Coombs Ditch, and Castle Andrea as they run to the next. Dawn Runner will Run and Skip hit that, but he got away with it all right. And now running down to the water. The fourth. And Dawn Run, the Little Wonder mare in the lead. Dawn Run from Run and Skip. And all safely over the water. Coming down to the first of the ditches now. Dawn Run, Run and Skip. Then Cybrandian, Observe, and Earl's Brig on the outside. Then Wayward Lad. Behind Wayward Lad is Right Hand Man. Then Von Trapp, and then Forgive and Forget, Coombs Ditch, and finally Castle Andrea as the mare comes to the next, the sixth, and lands in the lead. And swings left-handed ahead of Run and Skip. Cybrandian's rider's lost his arms. It looks as though his saddle's gone right over on the left of the picture, and he's going to be pulled up. Cybrandian is out of it. Dawn Run lands in the lead, but only marginally this time from Run and Skip. On the right of the picture, just out of picture is Observed. Then Earl's Brig over on the far side, followed by Right Hand Man as they come to the eighth. Very little between the two leaders there. Castle Andrea having a job to remain in touch as Run and Skip takes it up once again from Dawn Run. Little between the two, though, as they begin to swing downhill towards the 9th. Dawn Run going very well within herself, the mare. Run and Skip on the far side. Earlsbrig came next, and then Right-Hand Man. So they run down to the next. Dawn Run to the right. This is number 10. Run and Skip to the left. Earlsbrig is just in behind them now. And behind Earlsbrig is Right-Hand Man and Observe. Forgive and Forget's got a little bit closer. Von Trapp well in touch. Run and Skip. These white blaze, the near side to us of the mare as they turn into the straight on the first circuit and face up to the fence that'll be the second last on the next circuit. Run and Skip and Dawn Run. Quite a way ahead of the others now, and they're headed now by Wayward Lad, then Earlsbrig, then Von Trapp, then comes Forgive and Forget and Right-Hand Man as they come down to the next. Dawn Run lands in the lead from Run and Skip over the 12th. Wayward Lad jumped at 3rd, and 4 was Von Trapp, and 5 Earlsbrig, and 6 Forgive and Forget. 7 is Coomditch, 8 is Right-Hand Man, and behind them come Observe and Castle Andrea getting out of touch. All standing except Cybrandian, whose saddle went and he had to be pulled up. And Dawn Run in the lead, going very well within herself. John Joe Neal had a little peek over his right shoulder there, saw Run and Skip, his nearest pursuer, as they jump the 13th. Dawn Run from Run and Skip made a mistake there, got away with it. Same fence as he hit last time. Wayward Lad is 3rd and going well. Von Trapp is next. Forgive and Forget's making ground on the inside, and then comes Earlsbrig as they jump the water. Dawn Run, Run and Skip. She just dropped her hind legs in the water there and lost a little bit of impetus, but she's all right as she comes down to the 3rd of the 4 ditches. On the inside, jumped it very well. And Earlsbrig a faller at that one. Earlsbrig has gone, and it's Run and Skip and Dawn Run at the 16th. From Wayward Lad and Forgive and Forget, Right-Hand Man on the outside of Forgive and Forget, then comes Von Trapp as they race towards the final ditch, 6 from home. Dawn Run on the inside of Run and Skip, then comes Wayward Lad, then Forgive and Forget and Right-Hand Man. And hard to see anything else getting into it now. As they race up to the very peak of the hill now, this is 5 from home. Dawn Run on the inside of Run and Skip. Oh, she hit that very hard indeed, but she's got away with it. Run and Skip and Dawn Run as they begin the run downhill now towards the 4th from home. Run and Skip has got the inside berth. The veteran Wayward Lad getting very much closer to them now. Run and Skip, Dawn Run, Wayward Lad, Forgive and Forget. And as they run down now with 3 left to jump, Run and Skip. Von Trapp was a faller at the top of the hill there. Run and Skip lands in the lead from Dawn Run, Wayward Lad and Forgive and Forget. Now there are just 2 fences left to jump in the Gold Cup, and it's Run and Skip. Over on the far side, the mare, Dawn Run, Wayward Lad, the veteran, on the near side, and Forgive and Forget still running very, very strongly indeed, last year's winner, as they approach the second last fence. Run and Skip, Dawn Run, Wayward Lad and Forgive and Forget coming there strongly on the stand side at the second last. Run and Skip, Dawn Run, Wayward Lad, Forgive and Forget still coming there strongly on the near side. Forgive and Forget on the near side now as they come to the final fence. Forgive and Forget is going to jump marginally in the lead from Wayward Lad. Forgive and Forget on the near side, Wayward Lad on the far side. It's Wayward Lad, the veteran, trying to break his Cheltenham hoodoo, being pressed now by Dawn Run in the centre. Forgive and Forget on the near side as they race to the line, and the mare's beginning to get up, and as they come to the line, she's made it. Dawn Run has won it. Dawn Run has won it from Wayward Lad. And John Joe O'Neill punches the air as the mare has made tough history here at Cheltenham. She's become the first in history to win the Champion Hurdle and the Gold Cup. The result of the 1986 Gold Cup as John Joe O'Neill receives the congratulations of Mark Dwyer And Graham Bradley first, number 14, Dawn Run, owned by Mrs. Charmian Hill, trained by Paddy Mullins and ridden by John Joe O'Neill. Second was number 12, Wayward Lad, owned by Mrs. S.N. Thulis, Mr. Les Abbott, and trained by Mrs. Monica Dickinson, ridden by Graham Bradley. Jimmy Duggan congratulating John Joe there. He's never been more thrilled than he played. And third, last year's winner, number 6, Forgive and Forget, owned by Kilroe and Sons Limited, trained by Jimmy Fitzgerald. You've never heard a reception like this, and ridden by Mark Dwyer. Fourth was number 10, the gallant, long-time disputer with Dawn Run, and upsides her there, number 10, Run and Skip. The stands, everybody on their feet, erupting here at Cheltenham. The biggest prize ever raised for in the Gold Cup. Probably the biggest crowd ever to see it. And the greatest moment in the career, surely, of the great former champion, John Joe O'Neill. He won the champion hurdle on her. Now he's won the Gold Cup on her. And no other horse or mare has ever achieved that remarkable double in jumping history. Yes, he's thrilled. She made a little mistake at the water, lost a little bit of impetus. It can often be disastrous that. She just dropped her hind legs in the water. Then she made a fractional mistake, 5 from home. This will be the greatest reception you'll ever have heard or seen at Cheltenham, as John Joe comes into the winner's circle, provided he can get through the crowd and get there. A length and 2.5 lengths, that was the verdict. And what a climax to this blue ribbon of steeplechasing. Chasing's Premier Classic, and John Joe getting a little bit worried on behalf of the mare there. He just felt that she was getting bustled a little bit. But my goodness, she had to face this after the champion hurdle, but, well, something like this, but not really as dense a crowd, as enthusiastic a crowd as are gathered to greet her now. And so she breaths this rise and enters this hallowed circle, the 15-to-8 favorite. Well, I think, as I said after her great victory in the champion hurdle, that Dr. Desmond Morris would have to accept that this mare knows she's won. This is supposed to be a restricted area. You can rest assured that Tony Mullins, the trainer's son, whom John Joe replaced will be just as thrilled as anybody. They're great friends, and they were talking in the weighing room beforehand. And Tony will be the first man to congratulate John Joe on a great job. Well done. As last year's winner in the foreground, he looked sure to repeat that success when he hit the front just approaching the last. But what a rally by the mare, and what a fine run too by the veteran Wayward Lad. Everybody dying just to get a touch of her. So let's go back to the memorable closing stages of this history-making 1986 Tote Cheltenham Gold Cup.
Well, there have been many times when we've all been crying, and today is another one. The mare looks beat now at this moment, although John Joe's getting her back up the inside. Wayward Lad is making a run from behind, but Forgive and Forget is cantering in fourth place. Little Run and Skip, he's only half the size of Dawn Run, who's been up there right from the start, still hanging on gallantly. But here comes Wayward Lad, but just look at Forgive and Forget. John Joe really asked for a big one here. Up, he says, and up she comes, but really has to stretch for it. Forgive and Forget is still looming up. Wayward Lad is still there, and Little Run and Skip just crying enough at the moment. But as they go to the last fence, what price Dawn Run now? Wayward Lad goes on. Forgive and Forget has loomed up on the outside and actually just rises in front. John Joe and Dawn Run are third, but if ever he does try, it's up this long hill where there's a long run in. He's at his best, but doesn't he look beat now? Wayward Lad just drifts across Dawn Run there, but John Joe gets her balanced, heads her for home, and really starts to work now. What a tearful time it must be for Mrs. Dickinson, who's produced this horse, Wayward Lad, spot on, to see him cut down to size. But I'm sure even she will raise her hat to Dawn Run, John Joe O'Neill, who salutes the crowd there, and Charmian Hill, the owner.
Moments there. Great moments there. We've seen some marvellous moments in racing in recent years, Red Drums and Alderney's Grand National, but I don't think there's ever been a more emotional moment than this. Mrs. Charmian Hills, for whom this horse has been the embodiment of her whole life, really. She who has overcome personal injury and illness, and indeed Dawn Run herself almost died when she was a foal. But she came into Mrs. Hill's life when she was a 3-year-old. As a 4-year-old, Mrs. Hills, on her last ride, partnered Dawn Run to victory, as we saw at Tralee, and now she enjoys the ultimate fulfillment of being the first woman ever to own a horse who has won the Champion Hurdle and the Gold Cup, in both of which races she was ridden by John Joe O'Neill.
John Joe, the most fantastic sight we've ever seen at Cheltenham. How do you feel?
It speaks for itself. I think John really was fantastic. His best moment I've ever had in my racing life. Anyway, fantastic, really.
But you had some very nasty moments on the way around. You dropped the hind legs in the water and you missed fences. And here we are, the last fence. Wayward Lad's headed you. Forgive and Forget on this side. What are your feelings?
Well, Graham came across today. He was getting tired, and when she sensed he was getting tired, she just put her stuff together and really had a go, you know. She's as game as a pebble, and she stays really well. I don't know what the time was, but I bet it was a fast gallop, you know. It was a really good race, you know.
It must have been a fast.
But she's as game as a pebble. You're on your little beauty.
What about that mistake at the top of the hill? I mean, it looked as though she'd almost gone.
Yeah, she's very clever, John. She always get her leg out, you know, but I was a bit worried at that stage because, you know, we'd gone such a gallop. I was hoping to try and give her a breather, but Steve kept pressing us in the little horse, you know. He's ran a hell of a race, really, and I had to get back there again, you know. She flew the fourth last down the hill, and I was happy then. I could see Brad was coming there nicely all the time, and he came past us, you know, going to the last. I thought we were beaten, you know, but you're never beaten her, you know. She's as game as a pebble, like, and it was a terrific performance.
Well, John Joe, she gave you a fantastic ride, if I may say so. You gave her a fantastic ride.
Yeah, well, I would like to add to that, John. Tony got a lot of criticism, Tony Mullins, and to be honest with you, he was fantastic. He was the first man to come and congratulate me. And when I went to school, the mare at Punchestown, Tony came up and rode work with me and told me all he could tell me about the mare. Same thing today, we had a good long chat about it before racing. And I would like to give a lot of the credit, if not all the credit, to Tony Mullins for telling me what to do, and the family.
Well done, Georgia, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good man.
Cheers, man.
Well, typical of the great magnanimous John Joe O'Neill, and here now Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, about to present the Cheltenham Gold Cup to Mrs. Charmian Hill. There on the left, Mr. Woodrow Wyatt, chairman of the Tote, Mrs. Woodrow Wyatt on the far side of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, and the formalities very shortly to take place. Her Majesty will have enjoyed the occasion as much as anyone, perhaps more than anyone. She's owned many great race horses herself, never a winner of the Gold Cup, but no one appreciates a great horse to a greater degree. I remember when Dawn Ron won the Grand Cross des Aix, Her Majesty was one of the first to insist that a copy of the videotape should be provided for her. Amazing scenes in the crowd. Her Majesty enjoying the atmosphere. Dr. Hill, Charmian Hill, and John Joe O'Neill comes to the rostrum in unique style with Tony Mullins. And that ends our coverage on BBC One.